What if the real reason you're not achieving your goals is not because you lack talent, but because your goals are too small? Think about that. What if you're not stuck? You're not incapable. You're just aiming too low. Stay with this story, because by the end, you might question every goal you've ever set. Deep inside a quiet forest, a father walked beside his young son. The boy was 12, old enough to try, but young enough to doubt himself. He had failed before. Not because he couldn't learn, but because he stopped believing too early. The father knew that. That's why he brought him here. Not to teach archery, but to change the way he thinks. Hit that tree. The boy looked. Too far. The boy hesitated. What if I fail again? He pulled. Released. The arrow fell short. I knew it! I'm not good at this. The father said nothing. That silence felt heavier than words. Again, the boy hesitated. Then tried. Harder this time. The arrow went farther, but still missed. When was the last time you decided what you're capable of, after just one failed attempt? Let's bring it closer, the father said. He pointed to a mango tree. Relief. This is easy. The boy rushed, didn't pull fully, released. The arrow dropped early, shorter than before. The boy blinked, confused. That shouldn't happen. Let's bring it even closer, the father said. He pointed to a coconut tree. Try again. The boy smirked slightly. Bare minimum effort. Release. The arrow barely moved. Now frustration hit. This doesn't make sense. The target is closer, but I'm getting worse. The father stepped forward. No, you're not getting worse. You're just trying less. You're adjusting your effort to match what feels comfortable. The father pointed to the arrows. Look again, the boy observed. Then slowly said, when it was far, I gave everything. When it came closer, I held back. The father nodded. You don't rise to your ability. You fall to your target. That line stayed. They walked deeper. A massive banyan tree stood far away, even farther than before. The boy stared at it. Fear returned. What if I miss again? He lowered the bow slightly. The father looked at him and said, then you'll finally know how far you can go. Something shifted. The boy lifted the bow again, closed his eyes, breathed deeply. This time, no doubt, no hesitation, only intent. He pulled the string fully, felt the tension, held it, released. The arrow flew, fast, strong. For a moment, it looked like it might fall again. Like every other attempt, the boy's eyes followed it, waiting, expecting failure. But it didn't fall. It kept going, farther, farther, and landed right beside the tree. Silence. Then, a quiet realization. The father looked at him and said, these arrows are your dreams. This bow is your mind. When your goal is big, you stretch, you fight, you discover strength you didn't know you had. But when your goal is small, you stop early, you hold back, and you never find out what you're truly capable of. This is how most people live. Not because they can't grow, but because they choose not to push. Comfort over challenge. Easy over meaningful. Safe over growth. The boy picked up the bow again. No fear now, only clarity. He aimed, pulled, released. The arrow flew and landed strong. Not lucky, not accidental, earned. Now I understand. And maybe, right now, you understand too. Because this was never about archery. It was about you. So be honest. Are you really aiming high? Or are you choosing goals you know you won't fail at? Because if your goals don't scare you, they won't change you. If your target is small, your life will stay small. Remember this. Dreams are arrows. Your mind is the bow. The bigger the aim, the farther you go. The smaller the aim, the smaller you become. If this story made you pause, don't ignore it, because your life will only grow as much as your thinking does.